boses mo ngayon, ah.
Bakit? Energetic nga ako. May gising ako ngayon eh.
Yes! Gusto ko yan, gusto ko
Yeah.
yan.
Perfect.
Action continues in the 2025 MPVA season on day 3 of the tournament as the league plays in its third different venue, this time sa Alonte Gym, Binyan, Laguna. We'll see Casey Balingit of Sanjuan going up against Eureka Esdapor of Pasay. Sila ang magtatapat sa game natin for this afternoon. At syempre, there you go, San Juan versus Pasay at 3 p.m. and Negros versus Dasmariñas naman ang maghaharap at 5 p.m. So two exciting matches to start your week right. And of course, good afternoon, volleyball fan Sheila Salaysay alongside Jong Panerio, and our third member of the panel is Fiona Bacani. Makikita natin yan mamaya. Jong, San Juan looking for another win. Pasay looking to bounce back from their defeat. Pero itong dalawang team na to medyo kulang na maglalaro ngayong tanghali.
Exactly, Sheila. One team actually fresh from a very impressive win, while the other one from a heartbreaking loss. And both teams are really very hungry to get that win. And what team could actually get that momentum going. So let's see kung kaninong team at kupunan will come out victorious here in this match.
That's correct. As we take a look at the previous match dito ang Marikina Ladies Shoe Masters at San Juan Knights, and of course San Juan winning in 3 straight sets.
Here comes San Juan Lady Knights. What a very impressive debut here for San Juan, defeating Marikina. And I think for the past seasons for San Juan here in the MPVA, it was an uphill slope. But finally here San Juan getting the momentum right. And the only assignment here for San Juan, Sheila, is for consistency and to get another win.
Nakita mo ang laki ng advantage when it comes to their aces, definitely, and attacks as well. Kaya naman makikita natin yan for today's match. Tingnan natin if they will be able to sustain itong numero nila. Now, on the other side of the court, let's take a look at the Pasay game versus Dasmariñas.
Actually, here for Pasay and San Juan, they actually have a very same story. Both teams won in their first matches. Unfortunately, here Pasay, it was a heartbreaking loss contra Dasmariñas Monarchs. Total attacks, it's 41 to 30, but I think significantly itong Pasay, they've actually tallied more blocks dito contra Dasmariñas. And if there is something that Pasay could bank on here in this match, I think that is their blocking.
That's correct. Well, titingnan natin kung kaya nga nilang makabawi for this match. And you can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community, join now. And also that's powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And we would like to thank, of course, our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. And of course, there you go. Titingnan natin kung makakapanalo nga ba ulit ng San Juan at makakabawi naman ang Pasay to get another win. Mapapanood natin yan sa pagbabalik ng 2025 season ng MPVA.
Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now. Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Presenting our officials for the first match. First referee, Mr. Paul Frumil. Second referee, Mr. Lawrence Unida. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's match in the second season of Manny Pacquiao's Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association, ang Liga para sa lahat. The match at hand is Pasay Lady Voyagers versus Sanjuan Lady Knights. And now, it's time to meet the starting lineup for Sanjuan Lady Knights. Starting off with team captain, opposite hitter number 19, Abigail Nuva. Opposite spiker number 4, Javen Sabas. Middle blocker number 5, Tony Nitura. Middle blocker number 11, Tin Miralles. Setter number 13, Lara Clavano. And opposite hitter number 27, Daniva Aying. With head coach, Mr. Bernie Crisologo. And hitting libero, number 3, Reynali Calise. And now let us meet the starting lineup for Pasay Lady Voyagers. Middle blocker number 2, Miles Astilla. Opposite hitter number 9, Sergeant Zaza Cabalsa. Outside hitter number 17, Yuri Eslapor. Middle blocker number 22, Chai Papa. Opposite hitter number 23, Airwoman second class, Aiko Urdas. And setter number 25, Venice Puzon. And the libero, number 13, Airwoman Second Class, Gaile Valdez. With head coach, Sergeant Camille Abonto. This is Manny Pacquiao's Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association.
Suiting up for
Ang-
San Juan Lady Knights DHTSI. And of course, Pasay, we have Clavano Miralles Nitura. Noval Sabas Aying Kalisin, starting libero for San Juan. On the other side of the court, we have Puzon, Astilla, Cabalsa, Papa, Eslapor, Urdas, and their first libero is Valdez. A totally different first six for both teams, Jong. And ano sa tingin mo yung mangyayari dito dahil we don't see some of the gems of these two teams.
And I think, Sheila, that what makes this match really very interesting because not the usual suspect that we see here for Pasay and of course here for San Juan. So let's see who will come out victorious with these different starting lineups for both squads.
That's correct, as we have Clavano serving for the Lady Knights. Puzon setting that one to the middle, and it's Cabalsa getting the first point for Pasay.
And then sabi ko nga, not the usual suspect here for Pasay. And Cabalsa, let's talk about versatility. Nakita natin right now here in this game, playing as a middle blocker. Cabalsa right away activated dito coming from Puzon.
First service error given up by Puzon. Easy point yan para sa Lady Knights.
Well, this has been like Pasay really need to put remedy right away. Yung mga service errors nila, they really need to work that out, especially for San Juan, a group of veterans, well-experienced players as well.
That's correct, as another error from the service given up by Miralles this time.
Well, I think right now, you know, yung jitters, especially that both squad, this is the first time na mag-meet itong dalawang kupunta na to. So let's see which squad yung makapag-shake off ng jitters as early as now.
That's the third.
Oo.
Kulang pa sa warm-up
Hindi
itong
pa na
dalawang to. Oh, wala
hindi
pang
pa na shake off.
kainit-init. Oo, wala pang kainit-init. Kaya naman that's back-to-back service errors. Good read. Fourth service error.
4 times the charm,
Grabe
Sheila, of the
nagbibigayan ng
service
puntos
errors.
itong dalawang teams na to. Setting that one from the opposite, blocked. Nitura will try with the drop. Free ball, ibibigay ni Puzon. Aying to Clavano. Down the line is a no-go for San Juan. Eslapor tries, but that's too long. Eslapor asking for a check. There's none.
Yeah.
Ball will go to San Juan.
And also here for Eslapor, I think she's underneath that ball, Sheila, when she tried to spike for that ball, and there's no spin. And here for San Juan, good read.
Not a really good first ball. Eslapor tries. Clavano, bibigay kay Nitura. One-hand dig. Eslapor picked up. And that is an attack error.
Attack error here for San Juan. But here, Sheila, you know, for Pasay, you have to admire their coverage, but I think they need to make the most of the reception considering that they have Venice Puzon, a very good setter. I think that's what's lacking on the previous sequences. Yung magandang pasa dito kay Venice Puzon to set up yung mga attackers dito for Pasay.
Totally agree. As Clavano sets this one to Noval. Rejected again.
And that is a well-blocked and well-anticipated block there. coming from Astilla to Sabas. Remember, Sheila, for the past season dito ng MPVA, Nuval has been the formidable attacker ng komponan niya. So, for sure, binabantayan dito ng Pasay.
Another block, but that time the ball went out. Nakabawi dito si Nuval.
You can deny me once but not twice. Dito sabi ni Nuval, and using her veteran move, using the hands of the blocker for an off-the-block point.
She was able to recognize si Puzon, the smaller blocker ni Tura. Puzon. Eslapor. Hammering it down between Sabas and Nitura.
And I think here for Eslapor, that's how you want to make up with your mistake. Earlier, it was an outside, and this time, powering it through, making sure that that will be an automatic point dito for Pasay.
That's right. Definitely dahil kailangan nga nilang makauna dito. We will see as Pasay serves. Clavano. And that's a quick from the middle.
And
Miralles doing her work.
And again, Miralles for the past 3 seasons of MPVA, not the tallest of a middle blocker, but very high percentage middle blocker, and activated here already for San Juan.
Puzon to the middle with a drop. Libero was there. Off speed. Puzon itataas sa open. Eslapor off the block, picked up by Nuval. Cross court. Overset. At it was Pasay winning that joust.
And you know what's good about here right now in the MPVA is that as early as now, round 1 pa lang, I'm really still very clueless who will have the advantage because I see the improvement and the intensity on each and every squad.
Making more exciting,
Yeah.
making it more exciting for the season. Eslapor with a serve. And that's an ace. Going to our first technical timeout, it's Pasay leading by 3, 8-5.
Projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Welcome back to the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Now, in the absence of team captain Iya Kimson, veteran Aiko Ordaz will be stepping up for the Pasay Lady Voyagers. Today, she's ready to lead by example by executing plays with precision and focus. Masaya pa rin talaga kami maglaro, lalo na't may teamwork pa rin kami, sabi niya. With the younger players blending in quickly, she finds it easy to build chemistry on the court. Now, as a leader, Ordaz may have a quiet demeanor, but her actions speak volumes. She likes to lead by example at sabi nga niya na ginagawa ko lang naman ng maayos yung dapat kong gawin para may tularan din ang mga bata. Even without Kimson, Ordaz promises to give it her all today. Bigay ko ang 101% ko para mabigyan din ng panalo ang team. Now, Pasay can always count on Ordaz to bring calmness, control, and commitment every time she steps on the court. Back to you, Jong and Sheila.
Thank you for that report, Fiona. At syempre, it was Aiko Ordaz stepping in this time dahil nabanggit nga ni Fiona na wala dito si Iyari Yongko, Kim Zon. That's a huge loss for Pasay. But we'll see if, syempre, Ordaz, also another veteran who can fill in the shoes left by Iya.
And I think, of course, that's what you need to step up on the expectation. No? It's not every day na nandyan yung mga veteran starters mo. And here comes Aiko Ordaz replacing Kim Son here for this match. I think I heard earlier na itong si Kim Son is feeling under the weather. And of course, Ordaz, your former Rookie of the Year in the UAAP, stepping up big time dito for Kim Son.
Sinasabi nga nila always the next man up. So you have to be prepared every time na huhugutin ka. Drop. And that is out. Puntos pupunta sa San Juan Lady Knights, the HTSI.
And dito, this is the beauty of watching this former collegiate players growing up and right now as a veteran. Kita mo yung smarts. Hindi lang all just power but using those valuable smarts in that time. Eyeing, just simply using the hands of the blocker again to score a point here for San Juan.
Binwa Puzon. And that's a good pickup by San Juan. Puzon pupunta sa gitna. Blocked. Good coverage. Cross-court attack. Did not work for Pasay. But that cross-court hit from Sabas. Just too strong.
Sabas there asking for a check, but unfortunately, there's too much muscle on that attack. But Sheila, right now, you have to admire those long rallies for both squads. Really very good coverage here for Pasay and San Juan.
A good read as well. Clavano gives this one to Aying. Picked up by Puzon. Urdas will try. And that is out once again.
Well, Urdas kind of very hesitant on that set because if you're an opposite, sometimes may fina-follow ka ding rhythm and putting doon before you can approach. And I think that time Urdas failed to time that set coming from Puzon.
Well, sabi ng San Juan, that's 4 touches. Walang tawag, but the other or the next attack ng Pasay, it was blocked. And that ball goes to San Juan.
Yeah, good read dito for someone. As we can see, Papa in Puzon already scrambling on saving that ball. And it is only Urdas leaving to be an option for attacks dito for San Juan.
Down the line attack did not work for Urdas. Aying tries off the block. Puzon was there. Libero setting it to Urdas. Ball is still alive. A drop by Clavano. Very rare.
And right now, just like that, after the 3-point lead of Pasay, we're now tied at 10. Clavano using here her smart, just simply anticipating that donut hold dito sa depensa ng Pasay.
Good first ball by Pasay. Urdas attacks off the block. Libero sets this one to Aying. That's too low of an attack.
And as you can see here for Pasay, Sheila, Venice Puzon really trying. She's been going back and forth dito to Urdas. She wanted actually to activate Urdas because right now it's really hard for Pasay to create a play if dalawa lang option mo. So they wanted Urdas to be an option for attacks dito.
Papa giving up another service error. It's Lapor, good first ball. Puzon to the middle. Nailing it down. That's Papa or Astilia rather.
And finally, for Pasay, they've already found that combination, that very good first ball given to Venice Puzon. Venice Puzon can always make magic. Just give her the right reception and for sure she'll always make a way.
Saktong-sakto sa kanya. Hindi na siya gumalaw
Yun nga, hindi na gumalaw si Venice doon.
But that time, Aying's attack went out. Point will now go to Pasay. They are now up by 2. 13 serving 11. Aiko Urdas on deck. Still go. Oh, what an effort by San Juan. Another one. Chance ball for Pasay. Lapor tries off the block, finally putting an end to that rally.
And what a revelation here for Pasay. Lapor, who have thought? I mean, you have those big names dito for Pasay, Aiko Urdas, Kimson, and here comes a young, fresh Lapor making a name here for Pasay.
That's correct. It's really an effort for the two teams. Pero mapapatawag ng timeout dito ang San Juan. Let's listen in.
Nakikita ko pinipigilan mo ang baba ng kamay mo Okay? Ilaro mo yung laro mo. Tawag dito? Hindi pwede. Sige, Santa Maria. Santa Maria. Wala.
And here comes Sanjuan Lady Knights. On that timeout, they're actually trying to have that perfect mix-up of players who can match up here for Pasay. And right now, I think Jana Santa Maria will fill in here for Pasay to have a full rotation here. Yeah, Santa Maria.
Yes, for San Juan. Substitution namang dito ang Pasay. 14 serving 11. Good first ball. Clavano sets this one to the open off speed. Good pickup ni Tura getting the second ball. Too much angle and that last attack by Abby Noval.
And I think still here for San Juan is a very formidable lineup. Of course, you have Nuval, you have Nitura, and of course, the former UE Lady Warrior standout, Santa Maria.
Fourth service error, if I'm not mistaken, by Pasay. Pero lamang pa rin sila dito.
But here for Pasay, I think they're still trying to see that spark plug dito from Icordas. It has been like a lot of sets still. Icordas failed to activate and get her rhythm here for Pasay.
Quick, bumalik sa Pasay. Eslapor. Didn't work. San Juan will earn another point.
And I think this is the problem here for Pasay because San Juan Lady Knights already know na hindi na na-activate dito si Icordas, which is her opposite hitter. And it's so easy for San Juan to anticipate that the ball for Benny's Puson will always go to the open or middle.
Good read by Clavano. Chance ball para sa San Juan. Clavano setting this one to Noval. Off the block, picked up by Pasay. Eslabor tries, pero nandun si Nitura. Oh, this is too much. It was an easy read that time for Castilla, and there was no other choice for Noval or make an adjustment. As we head on to our second technical timeout, it's still Pasay Lady Voyagers on top by 3.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Back inside the Alonte Gym, and you can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusupi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Also, MPVA is powered by Smart, the official telco partner. Special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Kayo pa rin ay nanonood ng first game ng ating Monday doubleheader. This is San Juan Lady Knights, DHTSI, and Pasay Lady Voyagers. Clarification from the technical side, and now Castilla serving for Pasay. Clavano gives this one to Noval from the back, off speed. Biglang bawi dito ang San Juan from the timeout, from the technical timeout.
Pero ang ganda din ang hatak doon ni Tin Miriales, and all of a sudden, here comes Clavano setting this up to Noval. Let's see on the replay. Kita mo, just when everybody thought that Noval will going to hit that ball really hard in the last minute, just doing an off speed.
Halisin gives this one to Clavano. Atake ni Santa Maria. Puzon. Left hand drop. That is Cabalsa.
Well, I think Cabalsa a few seconds early on that set, but nagawan pa rin ng paraan. Let's take a look on the replay. And I think using her left hand pass still, converting a point here for Pasay.
Estapor serving. And that's an ace. That's the second service ace of Eslapor.
What a day! We know S. Lapor really very high in converting dito. Not only in the attacks, but as you can see on that serve, bigla na lang bumaba. Well, good float serve dito coming from S. Lapor.
18 serving 14. Clavano gives this one to the open. Chance for Pasay. Puzon goes to the middle. Blocked. Hindi na nakakonvert doon ng Pasay. A point gained by the Lady Knights.
Well, I think this time for Sanjuan, they are in full rotation. You have your opposite fill in as your setter goes on the service deck. So I think more option here for Clavano. You have Santa Maria, Tin Meriales, and Jeannie Sabas here for attacks.
Almost an ace for San Juan pero naibalik yan ng Pasay. Meralles naibalik naman ulit. Santa Maria from the opposite tries, did not work. Attack from the back by S. Lapor. And that's just too much from the libero.
And Islapor even coming from the pipeline, still is able to convert the point dito for Pasay. And you know what I really like about here for Islapor is that she's really very intentional on her attacks. And as you can see dito, talaga she's going to put muscle and muscle just to make sure to convert the point here for Pasay.
So she has to exert more effort for this match. Noval from the back. Cabasa able to pick that up. Urdas tries down the line and that worked for Ike Urdas.
And that works finally dito for Ike Urdas. Her first point already on board dito for Pasay.
Lumalaki na nga ang kalamangan dito ng Pasay. Angad sa 5, napatawag ulit ng timeout ang San Juan Lady Knights.
Nagkakagulo tayo. Though yung pagsa-receive natin, hindi natin alam kung saan tayo pwesto between Rain and Santa Maria. So, pagsabayin natin, aralin natin yung nilalaro ng kalaban. At the same time, dapat tayo din. Hindi lang yan basta kalaban lang natin, eh. Okay? Malayo pa yan, ha? Malayo pa yan, 5 pa, ha?
And Coach Bernie Crosologo, he really nothing so very technical on that timeout, but I think that is more encouraging the girls na kaya pa yan. It's only just a 5-point lead and I think it is still very manageable. And yun nga, here for San Juan, they have the advantage on the rotation since 3 attackers here in front. So let's see how will Clavano will utilize and maximize these attackers.
No, and I believe doon na sa timeout ng San Juan, sinabi rin ni Coach Bernie, aralin yung
Oo.
pwesto o posisyon, no? Siguro they're not that familiar yet. Kasi nga naman, we just
First
started,
time, yeah.
diba? So we'll see if makaka-adjust ba itong Lady Knights after that timeout. Oh, that's a rocket by Noval, pero naibalik yan ng Pasay. San Juan will try again. And that's off the block. Puntos galing kay Sabas.
And finally, here Sabas, her first point already on board for San Juan. And I think here for Clavano, banking on their veteran, Sabas. As we can see here, Ike Ordas kind of late on defending that net here for Pasay.
Morales with the serve. Puzon. Off speed pero naiangat ni Sabas. Ni Tura ang nag-aangat ng second ball. There was a miscom on the defense between Eslapor and Puzon. That's why San Juan earning that point.
And Sheila, of course, if you're San Juan, if you're Coach Crisologo, this is how you like your players to react or to respond after the timeout. And after the timeout, kita natin 2 consecutive points already here for San Juan.
Correct. As Urdas just hits that ball in between Sabas and Nitura.
And right now, I feel Ike Ordas is acting like a diesel dito. We've seen her really very cold during the first set. And right now, nag-iinit na. 2 points again here after that technical timeout.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now. Substitution on the side of Pasay. And that's a good read by Torzar.
And of course, Bernadette Flora, medyo malamig pa coming off from that bench. And of course, San Juan will take advantage on that regalo.
Good first ball. Puzon gives this one. Be quick. Did not work. Si Torzarang nasit kay Santa Maria. Blocked. Noval will try. Puzon. Oh, you can see that attack from Papa. Idinikdik, no?
Oo.
Good adjustment. Kahit medyo dikit na yung bola sa net, but she was able to put that ball through. But
Oh.
there was a change in the decision by the referee. Ball goes back to Sanjuan. Only chasing a 2-point lead. Puzon ibibigay sa gitna. Misreceive by Sabas.
And of course, here for Papa, that's how you want to make up from that wrong call, no? I mean, you convert the point right away with no question at all. And here comes Pasay, just 3 more points to lock in this first set.
Torsar sets that one to the open. Noval, good adjustment. Puzon to the middle. Nabasa. Nitura goes to the other side. And again, it was Eslapor getting that point.
Then Eslapor here for Pasay is somehow synonymous. An automatic point here for the ladies in pink. Almost an automatic point every time that Venice Puzon look out for Eslapor.
Not a good first ball for San Juan. Santa Maria ibabalik sa Pasay. Combination play. Oh, that is an excellent attack from the middle coming from Murdas. And again, that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now.
And let's credit half the point, Sheila, on that wonderful combination set dito coming from Venice Puzon. And ito nga, Ay Cordas is really a diesel here for Pasay.
Kailangan lang naman mas mabigyan
Oo.
mabigyan ng set. Pasay already at set point as Santa Maria serves for San Juan. Puzon to the middle and another hammer. And that again is Pasay. And you have Castilla finally getting their 25th point. Ang ganda ng reception, no? And matik na yan kay Puzon. If she gets a really good first ball, definitely she'll be creative with the kind of setup at nakita nga natin yon in the 25th point ng Pasay. 25-20 is the score and it's Pasay getting their first set for this afternoon.
With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Well, it was Pasay Lady Voyagers able to take their first win of the set for this afternoon, Jong. At nakita nga natin kanina sa umpisa pa lang nitong set number 1, it was these girls in pink ang nanguna, although it was not that big. Pero, nakita natin how they were able to adjust. Sa simula pa lang, 4 service errors,
Yeah.
diba? Nagpalitan yan. But slowly but surely, this Pasay Lady Voyagers
Yeah.
worked their way, and finally, nung nakalamang na sila, they took advantage of it.
And I really like, Sheila, how Eslapor is really very intentional on this game, and also Puson banking on her middle blockers with 7 combined points of Astilla and Cabalsa. And despite having Kimson here on the floor, Urda stepping up big time. 3 points all after the second technical timeout. But of course, for San Juan, no other San Juan Lady Knights scored more than 2 points than Nuval and Sabas. And I think after the good coverage, what we need here for San Juan is conversion on their attacks.
That's correct. At ang ganda nga din ng mga depensa dito ng Pasay. That is why Venice Puson, able to take advantage or use that, maximizing all her attackers from different areas. And there you see the numbers here, Jong, when it comes to the attacks. It was Pasay really getting the numbers right here.
And I think here for Pasay, despite giving 2 more points and errors, they managed to score more on the scoring department, such as attacks and blocking and aces. And I think here for Pasay, it is a good game for them to bounce back after that heartbreaking loss over the Dasmariñas Monarch. And of course, if you're San Juan, you have to keep the momentum going by getting your second win here in the MPVA.
That's right. As we begin set number 2, with that attack from cross court. And again, you have Papa getting that first point for Pasay.
And would you believe here, Sheila, because of the balance scoring dito ng Pasay, that is only Papa's second point here in this match.
This one, Nuval will try. Nabasa yan ni Acepcion and ni Tura. Acknowledging that over-reception.
And I think here for Clevano, I think this is the perfect time. The perfect time for her to bank on her middle blockers. Nitura and Miriales only got like 1 point on their attack. So I think here for Clevano, she really needs to bank on setting more dito sa mga middles niya.
At syempre, hindi naman mangyayari yun kung hindi maayos yung
Yeah.
depensa. So, we'll see how this team will work together. But this time, chance ball for San Juan. Well, Nuval is everywhere here. Off speed. Who's on with the first ball? Cabalsa setting this one to Ordas. Picked up. Nuval will try. Did not work. Who's on? Gives it back to Ordas. Off speed. And that time is a point for Pasay.
At kita mo doon si Ordas adjusting on that awkward set. But here comes Sheila for San Juan. Clevano is sat out here, and you have Palarca will do the orchestration of offense dito for San Juan. Let's see if that will make any difference dito for San Juan Lady Knights.
Well, good adjustment on the side of Ordas kasi nga ilang beses na siyang pumalo kanina. It was always nakukuha. Good adjustment, but that time, service error given up by Pasay.
And this is exactly how we started the first set, Sheila. Both squads still adjusting on their services. And let's see if Nitura can break that curse here for San Juan.
And she did, Jong. As Puzon gives this one to Ordas again. Too much power in that last hit.
And here comes, well, Urdas already got her momentum going during the latter part of the first set. Well, unfortunately here, 2 consecutive errors here already for Ordas.
Good first ball. Puzon, combination play to the middle. And again, that's long for Pasay. This time it's Papa committing an error. Back-to-back errors on the side of these girls in pink.
And they really need to put a stop on committing errors dito if you're Pasay Voyagers.
First ball by Eslapor. And that
Wow.
is a quick set. Executed completely by Astilia and Puzon.
And Estila, I really like how she's really very vocal as a middle blocker. You know, every time that she score a point, she really wanted to congratulate that point and energize her team. And Astilia, napakabilis on responding on that set coming from Puzon.
Duval from the opposite picked up. Attack by Pasay. Nakuha yan ng Sanjuan. Duval tries. Angat. Eslapor with a drop. But Sabas was there. Still, picked up yan ng Pasay. Ordas tries and she was underneath the ball in that last attack.
Exactly. Ordas has a very good intention of just giving that ball free ball dito sa San Juan. Unfortunately, yun nga, underneath that ball and no spin, resulting for that ball to go outside.
The first ball by Pasay, Puzon to the middle. Castilla again making magic from that area.
And I think this is what made Pasay, especially during the first set, so much ahead dito for San Juan. I think here for Venice Blution, she's banking not only on her wing spikers, but most especially dito sa mga middle blockers niya, Astilia and Cabalsa, really well activated by Puzon's magic.
Running attack by Miralles, nakuha ni Urdas. Puzon gives to Eslapor. Balingit. Chance ball for Pasay. Puzon with a drop. Almost a point. Too much angle in that last hit from Balingit.
Ganda na sana ng no look down the line ni Balingit. Unfortunately, yun nga, medyo sumobra. But again, sayang kasi Sheila, I mean, both squads really have a very good coverage. And sayang if yung naging ending is just an error and a free point to your opponent.
Acepcion with a good first ball. Another attack from the middle. Blocked. Puzon goes to the open. Down the line hit. Nabasa yan ni Sabas. And she will attack from the back. Urdas. She's blocked, but that ball goes out.
And finally, here comes Ordas after the two errors on attacks. Bumawi. And kita mo na the most comfortable set that she likes, but powering it through on Tin Miralles' hand.
Balingit down the line, off speed, did not work. Eslapor with a rocket.
Venice Puzon, what a luxury for her for having Urdas and Eslapor on your wings. Taas ng porsyento, especially here for Eslapor.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now. Balingit gives a free ball. Chansa para sa Pasay. Puzon gives to Eslapor again. Rejected this time. Goes to the middle with a drop. Nabasa ni Nuval. And miscommunication. That time between Miralles, of course, and the setter of San Juan. Pupunta tayo sa first technical timeout. Lamang dito ang Lady Voyagers 8-5.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy! Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy! Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
And you are still watching The MPVA 2025 Sanjuan versus Pasay, where Pasay was able to take set number 1. Meanwhile, picked up by Sanjuan, Palarca sets this one to Balingit. Who's on to Eslapor? Longest rally, nabasa ni Acepcion ng drop. Palarca sets this one to the back. Noval is a no-go. And that is an error by Sanjuan.
Kani-
Pero pasa muna natin kay Fiona for this report, Jong.
Ayan, so kunento nga sa akin ni Tin Miralles na sa tuwing may mga pagsubok siyang napagdadaanan sa volleyball journey niya, lagi niyang binabalik-balikan ng mga panahong nasa UE pa raw siya. May oras daw kasi na hindi niya nagagawa ang mga utos sa kanya ni coach at umabot pa nga sa punto na sinabihan na siyang umuwi na. Naiyak siya noon at hindi na iwasang magduda sa kakayahan niya. Pero matapos niyang kausapin ang mga teammates niya, mas na-motivate siyang ipagpatuloy lang kasi isa lang to sa mga challenges na sabay-sabay nilang lalampasan. For Tin, this built her character. Lumakas loob niya at sa ngayon, itong tapang ang dinadala niya sa bawat segundong naglalaro siya. Balik sa inyo, Jong and Sheila.
Well, that is a really good report. Thank you, Fiona.
And you know what I like about that report is that what we see here sa mga players natin is how they play and how well they are really very motivated inside the court. What we don't know their story. I mean, what they keep on going, what the story why they are here. And I think here for Tin Miralles, you know, despite all the adversities that she had, I mean, here comes Tin Miralles. And sabi ko nga, Sheila, one of the most formidable middles that we have, Tin Miralles here now playing for San Juan.
Well, I think that kind of mindset and attitude ni Miralles is also apparent din sa ibang volleyball players. At sabi nga nila, it's just a test of character, di ba? Anytime that you feel like you're questioning your ability, dapat
Exactly.
hindi. You always bounce back, always try to prove na kaya ka nga nandito because meron kang potential.
Exactly, and we'll get to see more of Tin Miralles here in this match as San Juan scoring another point here.
That's correct. But still, they are chasing a 4-point lead here. Good combination play, and Casey Balingit finally. We saw her, you know, getting more aggressive on her attack. Service ace by San Juan, courtesy of Miralles.
And there's really so much here for Tin Miralles. Sabi ko nga for the past 2 seasons dito ng MPVA, not the tallest of a middle blocker, but really very efficient on the attacks. And I think what Palarca needs lang dito kay Tin is that bigyan lagi ng magandang bola si Tin. And let's see, that could be a spark plug dito for San Juan.
Pero nakabawi naman agad doon ang Pasay from that last sequence.
And I think, Sheila, if there is a counterpart dito ni Tin Miralles sa Pasay, of course, you have Cabalsa. Sabi ko nga, I mean, she's not a naturally middle blocker, just last minute, but playing so efficient here for Pasay.
Well, one of the most experienced in the team. Kaya naman, ganun na lang yung kanyang ipinakita. That's another point this time naman for San Juan. Serving for the Lady Knights. We have a Casey Balingit. Service error.
And I think since the first set, this is something that Pasay really need to work out. I mean, yung mga unforced errors nila, especially if you're the team who's trying to make up here to your opponent. But San Juan here, 9. Pasay with 13.
Noval down the line. O, nandun. Of course, si Eslapor. Palarca to Noval with a drop. Noval, yes. Urdas tries. Picked up by San Juan. Free ball. Who's on? To the middle. And that will work for Cabalsa. Pero parang hirap na hirap si Cabalsa in that last setup. Good adjustment though.
Well, I'm not really pretty sure, Sheila, na well, I thought that is a combination play set to Urdas. But tignan natin because I feel that that ball is really not for Cabalsa. I think she took that off to Urdas, but eventually, I mean, that could still convert to a point.
Slapor with a good first ball. Puzon gives this one to Urdas. Cross court, picked up by Palarca. Duval tries off speed, nandun si Acepcion. Attack from the open. That's out according to our officials.
Well, sayang yun. Nakakuha ng blockers dito si Cabalsa to open up a free space dito sana for Papa. Unfortunately, too much muscle on that down the line kill coming from Papa.
Sanjuan serving. Humahabol sila ng 4 na puntos dito. As another down the line hit did not work for Pasay. Nuval! You can see that attack just penetrating the blockers. In that last play.
And that's what Sanjuan really needs right now. That powerful, high-leaping Nuval, Abigail Nuval, breaking down that great wall ng Pasay.
I like the high leaping. Mas mataas pa Jong. Good block by Sanjuan. Puzon sets this to the open cross court. Nuval. Another free ball given up by Sanjuan. Eslapor to Puzon. To the middle. Cabalsa is a no-go. Palarca to Nuval down the line and just being very crafty in that attack.
Yes.
Using the blockers' hands of Pasay to get that point.
And itong si Nuval, ever since the second season of MPVA, she has been radiating that energy to her teammates. And right now, I think that is what Nuval is trying to do, more than scoring a point here for Sanjuan, but also radiating that energy na pwede makuha ng kanyang mga teammates.
Oh, that's an easy point right there for Pasay in that last frame, Jong, of speed and hindi handa ang depensa doon ng Sanjuan.
Well, Papa, kanina, after that error and after that consecutive errors coming from Papa hindi talaga papatalo dito for Pasay.
Pasok.
Oo.
Pero Pasay given up another service error. Still, they are leading in this part of the set as Tony Dutura serves for the Lady Knights. 13 serving 15. Good first ball by Pasay. Puzon to the opposite. And she was just on top of the blockers. I'm referring to Papa. Getting another point for the Lady Voyagers as we head on to our second technical timeout. 13 or 16 to 13 is the tally.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
And you can catch all the games live and free exclusively ng Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association 2025 sa pusop.com. Your game, your community, so join now. Powered also by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And thank you to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. So you can watch the games live today dito sa Alonde Gym. For now, it's Sanjuan and Pasay for game number 1 as Pasay gets another point.
Here comes Pasay, and I think dito for Sanjuan, they really need to exert more effort kasi itong Pasay, Sheila, kanina while time out, nagsasaging, nagpo-potassium check itong Pasay for energy, and I think that is something that Sanjuan really need to do as well.
Baka yun ang sikreto nila, no? To get, sustain this energy. Meanwhile, back on the floor, Nuval. Nandun pa din ang kanyang energy but did not work. Mas lamang ang energy na pinakita dito ni Eslapor from that attack. At lumalaki na nga dito ang kalamangan ng Pasay Lady Voyagers up to 5. Kaya naman timeout ang Sanjuan.
Volleyball, nakikita ko, binibasican lang nila tayo. Basic quick, hindi na natin ba napagana. Parang bato lang tayo open. Gawa tayo ng play, hindi tayo makakasabay dyan kung wala tayong gagawin.
Kaya ito lang, huwag tayo makapagsabayan sa bilis nila. Babal tayo ng
Coach Bernie Crisologo, sabi nga dito, specific instruction to the playmaker Pilarca na hindi nila kailangan makapagsabayan sa bilis ng kalaban. They need to make their own face, and I think this is a challenge for her to create more play and confuse itong defensive pattern ng Pasay.
Pero kailangan nila makakuha ng magandang depensa.
Yes.
Just like that, they are on cue as Mirales earning a point from that middle.
And dito for San Juan, I think Pilarca has also the advantage of balingit and we have Miralles sa gitna. So I think she can bank on these veterans for scoring.
Setting this one to the open, Balingit with a cross court, picked up, Puzon. Bibigay kay Eslapor, down the line, nandun si Sabas. Palarca to Balingit again. Lacking of a spin in that last hit by Casey Balingit.
And also I think here comes Balingit trying to make a way dito, iwasan yung mga blockers. But unfortunately, too much muscle resulting for an outside hit dito comes from Balingit.
But this is a different play. Itong nakikita natin kay Balingit comparing to her performance in their game against Marikina. Well, she did 12 points, 10 attacks, and 2 aces. Pero ngayon, medyo hindi pa natin nakikita yung init ng mga palo nito ni Casey Balingit.
Well, I think one factor would be is that I think most of our teams here in the MPVA, this is the first time that they face off one another. I think here for Sanjuan, in this case, first time na face na itong Pasay. Well, it might be, they're still trying to read that kind of game na meron itong Pasay, but I think no room for that because here comes Pasay trying to get the 2-set lead over Sanjuan. So
And Jong, yes, considering, Jong, that these are experienced players already. Diba?
Oh, yeah.
And for this game, San Juan lacks 3 major players. Kaya naman, Coach Bernie Crisologo will definitely use everything kung sino man ang natitira sa kanyang roster because malaking bagay yung mawalan ka ng kunyada, mawalan ka ng manukay. Diba? So,
Exactly.
These girls now on the floor has to step up.
Stepping up big time talaga ang kinakailangan dito ng San Juan. And everybody should contribute, Sheila. It shouldn't be like Noval and Sabas only.
The veteran Semana is on the floor now. Setting that one to Eslapor and getting a point.
Okay, with that head turn coming from Eslapor.
Eh kasi naman napakaalanganin na ng pagkaangat ni
Oo.
Semana pero nagawan pa rin niya ng paraan. Nakita mo naman.
Underhand set na yung ginawa ng si Mana doon.
Correct. 20 serving 15. And that's too long para dito sa Pasay. They're still up by 4. As Miralles on deck to serve. Semana to the open, Cabalsa with a hammer cross court.
Itong si Cabalsa, kung saan na lang natin nakikita pumapalo to Sheila. Well, she started off this game sa gitna and right now, nandito na naman sa outside position. Really very versatile. Cabalsa here for Pasay.
That's correct, but that's what you also expected from your players, lalo na sa panahon ngayon
Oo.
ng volleyball players, the versatility na mas maigi na kaya mong maglaro in different positions.
Yeah. And I think living perfectly with that versatility right now on screen is Cabalsa. Really very good sa gitna and also as a wing spiker here for Pasay.
21 serving 16. Palarca to the opposite down the line and that is out according to our officials.
Well, that is outside. Well, on your veterans, they really need to step up here for San Juan. Jeannie Sabas haven't scored any point yet here for San Juan, and we really need to see her stepping up big time here for San Juan.
She will try, but she is again this time rejected by Cabalsa in the middle. San Juan cannot stop Pasay, kaya naman mapapatawag ulit sila ng timeout. Pakinggan natin.
Ito ka nga. Ayos lahat sila walang laro eh.
Ayun.
Kaya ang hirap
Diana,
pala
si
sa
Abby. Diana, si Abby. Si Lara. Javen. Tony.
Lara,
Oo.
Lara,
Javen.
Javen.
Si Diana. Abby. Tony. Saka si Mirales. O si ano muna? Kay Mirales. Si Kunya. Ay, ano ba? Si
Try
Pedro.
natin
Ano?
pagpalitan.
Patong-patong na nga nagiging errors dito ng Sanjuan Jong, and from that timeout hindi natin nakita si Coach Bernie Crisologo, but ano ba sa tingin mo yung adjustment na dapat gawin dito ng Sanjuan?
You know what, Sheila? I really don't want to complicate things dito for San Juan. I really want to point out the basics dito for San Juan. For me, sabi mo nga kanina, it all really start with a very good first ball because yes, it is very obvious yung connection wala pa, ilang beses nalunod si Miralles doon na set ni Pilarca. But I think it all boils down on having that very good first ball and allow your setter Pilarca to do her magic, to do the orchestration here for San Juan.
The challenge naman for San Juan, no, definitely is they're just trying to really find a
Oo.
better combination when it comes to the players on the floor. And kanina narinig natin, no, they're running out of options, but we'll see. But Pasay really doing well when it comes to
yeah.
their offense, and that time, good adjustment once again. That's too long. Galing dito kay Sabas.
And Sheila, if there is a silver lining dito for San Juan is that maaga pa lang yung round 1. I mean, there is still a lot of plays, there is still a lot of, opportunity to work out that missing connection for San Juan. And who knows, I mean, they could actually learn every day, and let's see on the improvement, especially on the connection dito kay Pilarca at sa mga hitters niya.
At hindi pa tapos yung laban,
Oo.
Chong. Di ba? Sa second set pa lang tayo. We are already at set point as Acepcion gives this one to Semana.
Oh.
And with that magulang move, did not work for Pasay. Pilarca sets this one to Noval off speed. Nakita ni Cabalsa. Semana to the open. And finally, lahat sila. That is a good attack, good adjustment. Not really the kind of attack we expect. Oh, an explosive one, but still, nonetheless, the result is the same. That is a point for the Pasay Lady Voyagers, and they are able to take the second set win against Sanjuan. Aside from the effort displayed here by Pasay, it's the errors definitely of Sanjuan, adding more points to that. 25-18 is our score.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Second set score, 25-18, and we have Pasay. Lamang na sila ng dalawang set dito against sa San Juan Lady Knights, DHTSI. And that time, Pasay was able to sustain their momentum.
Yeah.
They're getting their wins sa first set. And it was definitely, all hands on deck para dito sa Lady Voyagers. Kaya naman nakikita natin na talagang yung kanilang composure and confidence on the game nandun. On the other side, for San Juan, it's definitely a challenge for them in both departments, Jong.
Exactly, and here for Pasay, they are moving as if they are a well-oiled machine dito. You can really feel the gelling inside the court, and also, would you believe, Sheila, that all of the attackers, all of your starters here for Pasay all actually scored at least 2 points apiece, and that is something that Pasay could actually bank on moving to the third set.
Well, you mentioned the numbers, Jong. Attacks of Pasay totally dominating 16-6.
And Sheila, despite Pasay giving 3 more points dito to San Juan, still San Juan failed to capitalize on the 3 points, only scoring 6 on attacks. And of course, that is a very dominant win here for Pasay, especially on the attacks. That is 10-point discrepancy. And for San Juan, kita mo naman, Nuval really trying to radiate that energy and effort that her teammates need. But again, everybody should contribute, everybody should chip in points here for San Juan if they wanted to extend this match into 4 or 5 sets.
That's correct. We still have, this match. Again, hindi pa nga tapos ito para sa San Juan. At somebody, I think, kailangan mag-ignite
Oo.
nung spark na yon from this Lady Knights. Diba? So, ang daming veterans dito sa team na to. But, somebody has to take the lead para mailabas nila yung laro nila, yung
Yeah.
nakita natin, di ba, in their previous game.
And I think more than experience, San Juan really need to also work on the connections. And sabi ko nga dito, ilang beses nalunod si Miralles at walang nagbigay ng salbabidan. No, I'm just kidding. Ilang beses nalunod si Miralles, Sheila, dun sa mga sets, sa mga quick ni Palarca, but still no connection na nangyayari dito sa San Juan.
Titingnan natin kung makakabawi nga sila for third set, Jong. At we'll see, hindi magandang simula para sa San Juan dahil nagbigay na sila agad ng service error at puntos dito sa Pasay.
Well, this is a do or die set here for San Juan. And if you're Pasay, do you really want to come up big time, especially after that heartbreaking loss contra Dasmariñas Monarch in their previous match?
Nitura in the middle, almost a point right there. Free ball for San Juan, pero walang kumuha. That's an easy point para dito sa Lady Voyagers.
And and those simple kind of plays still, San Juan, still really failed to recognize that one. They really need to work out big time, especially on their connection talaga.
Puzon, nakita ko yung saya ni Puzon doon sa easy point na yon. Free ball for Pasay, Acepcion to Puzon to the middle, and that is in for the Lady Voyagers, and you have Antipuesto earning her first point of the match.
And just because everybody is contributing really well dito sa Pasay, hindi ko na namalayan that you still have Antipuesto pa pala as your middle blocker still not playing here for your roster.
That's right, first appearance niya in this match as Eslapor sets this one to the open, and free ball for San Juan. Nuval from the middle, picked up by Acepcion. Eslapor from the back. Nakuha yan ng San Juan. Nitura tries. And the ball is still alive. Chance ball for the Lady Knights. Combination play. Miscom in that setup. Clavano was there. Nitura ibibigay sa open. And that is still alive, but the ball is out. Officials giving that point to the Lady Voyagers.
Oh. And this is not, if you're San Juan, of course, this is not how you like your third set to start. I mean, it 4-0 run here for Pasay.
Nuval having a difficult time right there, pero naitawid niya. Who's on to the middle? Attack error by Parong, giving the first point to the Lady Knights.
And Coach Camila Banto dito pinapasok na yung mga bench players na. You have Parong, you have Antipuesto.
Puzon sets this one to the open. Oh, what
Oh,
a dig
yeah.
right there by Sanjuan. Another one with a drop pero nandun si Nuval. Clavano kay Nitura. Puzon. Eslapor from the back. Clavano to Abby Nuval with a drop. Nandun si Puzon. Eslapor again. She's rejected.
And 2 consecutive points dito for someone. And I think here for Pasay, if you're Pasay, Sheila, there's really no room for complacency because you know for a fact that babawi at babawi itong San Juan.
Clavano with a drop to the back, and that's a wise move for the setter.
And here for someone, if there's one thing, that the connection is still missing, that the connection is still under construction, but if there's one thing that you have to admire for San Juan is the coverage na meron talaga sila. Tagal pa tayo ng bola itong San Juan Lady Knights.
Meanwhile, back to the floor. Sclavano tries a drop, did not work. Puzon sets this to the opposite. Clavano to Nuval. Rejected. No coverage for the Lady Knights.
And of course, sabi ko nga, do not forget her name, Antepuesto. She has this proven track record on being really very good sa middle. And right now, she's here with Pasay in the third set to show us her skills and talent.
Another free ball given up to Pasay. Puzon to the middle with a drop. Nandun si Torzar. Clavano to Nitura. Running, picked up by Eslapor. Attack from the open. Did not work. Oh, that's kind of difficult adjustment for Abby Nubal.
That free ball na binigay dito ni Santa Maria over to Duval, that is really quite tight to the net. And Duval, hindi na nagawa ng paraan to turn that ball dito sa Pasay.
Oh, what a sharp serve. Free ball for Pasay. Kanino pupunta si Puzon? To the open, pero nandun si Natura. Goes to the other side. Oh, you would love kung gaano kasipag si Natura at the net.
Oo. And because here Nitura, she can easily recognize na free ball na yung ibigay dito ng Pasay. And despite free ball yung binibigay dito, talagang binabantayan talaga ng Nitura yung net. And I think that is the third time that Nitura actually did that here in the sequence.
Kailangan talaga ng depensa din dito in all forms ng San Juan. Great block. Right there. Ganda ng basa. As another one tries. Back-to-back points earned by San Juan.
And right now, I'm smelling some complacency dito on the side of Pasay. And that is really a no-no in volleyball because, talagang babawi at babawi yung opponent mo, especially that there are 2 sets to none disadvantage dito.
That better effort being displayed here by San Juan, except in that last frame by Nuval.
And Cosmo just, she ended actually the second set with an attack. And right now she's starting off here for Pasay. Let's see what changes and impact she could actually make here for the ladies in pink.
Good first ball by Torzar, and oh, what an effort by Pasay. She'll try Sardenya. Once again, good block this time. Eslapor off the block. Clavano gets this one to Noval. Puzon to the opposite. Kinulang sa depensa ang San Juan in that last sequence. Kung titingnan mo dito, ang ganda ng pagka-set up. Down the line or cross-court hit right there. Effort displayed as we go to our first technical timeout ng mga Pasay.
With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You are still watching the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Now, in her first season in the MPVA, Yuri Eslapor is proving that she isn't just a rookie, she's also a rising star. Now, a proud product of UP, dala-dala niya ang tapang, talino at kawalan ng takot kahit kanino. Kahit saan ako isalang, I remind myself why I'm doing this. For my team, my family, and everyone who believes in me, sabi nga niya. And despite being one of the youngest on the team, Yuri plays with maturity beyond her years. Her time in UP taught her how to be tough, smart, and relentless, even against the strongest players. Now, training with veterans, she told me that she's learned that power isn't everything. It's about timing, reading, and playing smart. She wants to be remembered not for her height, but for her heart. Small but mighty, sabi niya. Matapang, a fighter for my team. Now back to you, Jong and Sheila.
Gusto ko talaga kung paano i-report nito ni
Oo.
Fiona eh. Diba? Matapang, matalino, halatang-halatang taga-UP. Ganyan kaming mga taga-UP. But you would really appreciate the kind of effort being displayed here by Eslapor.
And I really like how Fiona said that Eslapor learned smart, toughness and resilience in UP. But I'm also now really very excited, Sheila, because that is what she learned from UP. So ano naman kaya yung matututunan niya now that she's playing here in the MPVA?
Well, it's a totally different ball game. Hindi man tayo pro, pero this is a step higher
Yes.
than collegiate volleyball. So definitely, iba ang sistema, iba ang approach. But, you know, Eslapor, if I remember, hindi siya ganon kumbaga, ka-highlighted nung time niya just because marami siyang kasabay. Pero dito nakikita talaga natin how she is contributing big time for the Lady Voyagers.
And I think it is also, one way for her. I mean, for sure, all the learning that she had in the UP when she's playing in the collegiate, she could actually bring that and level up, especially that she's playing along with some experienced players here in Pasay.
Service ace para dito sa Pasay. And that time, we have Trisha Parong getting that point. Timeout called here by the Lady Knights.
Mag-enjoy lang tayo, same lang ng training. Guys, una ha, depensa muna tayo.
Dire-diretso yung error natin, oh.
Humahabol tayo, kailangan natin ng sure lahat. Sure lahat.
Puro tayo usap, lalaban tayo. Hindi nyo naman ginagawa ng tama.
Okay, tara! Di pa tapos sa Dexter!
Isa muna kay JP.
Sino?
Si Ayin.
And right now, I'm feeling the best here for Sanjuan. The veterans really stepping up big time. They're really very vocal on their timeout. We have Sardenia and of course Sabas also giving instruction dito sa mga new set of players that they have in San Juan. But somehow, as we are approaching the second technical timeout, the lead here for Pasay is kinda increasing right now. The 6-point lead contra San Juan. So let's see how they are going to respond after the timeout.
That is out. According to our officials, kanina humahabol na nga itong
Oo.
San Juan eh, di ba? Dahil they've been getting consecutive points here, pero bigla na mga naputol iyon with that service ace from Pasay kanina. Another one. And that will not help San Juan if they really want to trim the lead at makahabol dito sa match na to.
And also, what's good about Pasay, Sheila, is that you do not feel na pinasok dito ni Coach Camille itong mga bench players niya because, I mean, even the bench players, Parong and Antipuesto, really contributing big time here for Pasay. And I think right now, for San Juan, they really need to make up big time dito, especially in their attacks.
We will see how they will be able to make an adjustment as Eslapor hits. Pero naiangat yan ang San Juan. Puzon goes to the middle. There was a check and a net touch from San Juan.
And of course here, Sebastian trying to make her presence felt. sa gitna as the lead is now 15-6.
Well, that is just too long for San Juan, and you can see talagang hindi pumapabor sa kanila. Ito mga previous sequences. Punta tayo sa second technical timeout. Lamang ng 10 ang Pasay, 16-6.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
And you're still watching the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. And yan, that was this game's community cam. Powered by PusoP.com. Your game, your community. Kaya naman join now.
And this time, we're already halfway through, Sheila. Not only on ending the third set, but ending this match. And here comes Pasay showing us so much grit and dominance over San Juan. And it continues here for Pasay at 17-6.
Sunod-sunod na service aces. Kanina pa to yata si Parong nandito sa service area, hindi napapagod. Pero somebody from San Juan, has to step up and make an effort at hindi lang aasa sa mga errors na tulad nun na ibibigay ng Pasay. 6 serving 18 and we have Clavano on deck para dito sa Lady Knights. Puzon and the libero sets this one to Estapor. Solo block ni Sardenya. Attack from the back. Wow, saan galing yun, no? Ang ganda. Yung naging setup that time ni Puzon, pero yung atake, that went out. That's Cosmod.
Again, I think here, of course, for sure, Venice Puzon trying to bring din yung mga natutunan niya during her collegiate days in LPU. And yung mga back set ni Puso na yun, ginagawa niya na yun during the college days. And I think she's trying to manifest that here in the MPVA too.
Brainy move, courtesy of S. Lapor in that last frame. Kaya angat ulit sa 10 ang kanilang kalamangan. Sabas with the first ball, balingit. Down the line, Puzon gives this one to S. Lapor with a rocket picked up by Balingit. Sabas from the middle, just hitting that towards the net.
And would you believe, Sheila, that that 8 points ng San Juan, 6 of those are coming off an error ng Pasay. So meaning for San Juan, they've only just converted 2 points coming from their attack. So there's really need to work out. And this is not what you expect from San Juan, from a team who come from a fresh win.
Correct.
Just the previous day.
That's right. And it's totally a team effort. Should be a team effort on the side of the Lady Knights. Tulad ng nakikita natin ngayon na pinapakita ng Pasay. Kahit sinong ipasok ni Coach Koya, pumupuntos.
Exactly.
Yes, that's a wise move by Clavano. Napakagat itong blocker ng Pasay. Substitution. Sardenya is out. Replaced by Rojero or Rogero.
And I think here for Pasay, they came here with one assignment. And that is to bounce back after that heartbreaking loss. And that error will surely help Pasay to be an inch closer again for a straight set victory dito kontra San Juan.
Substitution this time for Pasay. Flora checking in, replacing S. Lapor. 22 serving 9. Clavano to Sabas, off speed. Puntos for San Juan.
And I think that is Sanjuan's third point coming off an attack here for the third set. Of course, if you're San Juan, you have to play. Of course, we don't want to take the hope for San Juan here in the third set, but they need to play a perfect volleyball dito if they wanted to snatch this win contra Pasay.
Cosmod getting a point from attack in that last frame. Walang kumuha on the side of San Juan. Balinget tries, that's just too much. And these errors are hurting the Lady Knights. And those errors naman, ni-enjoy yan ng Pasay as they are already at match point at this part of the game.
And let's see now how will Pasay close this match against San Juan.
Not yet. Free ball. Clavano goes to Sabas. Combination play. That's a match point save.
And of course, if you're Pasay, of course, ang alalahanin mo na lang talaga is to close out this match. And of course, you redeem back yourself. Do you have started this MPVA in a very high note? Loss against Las Marinas, and just right that, Pasay won. And their second win here in the MPVA.
That's correct. It's a convincing, dominant 3-set win by the Lady Voyagers against San Juan Lady Knights DHTSI. Well, we did not expect this match turned out for our first game. Pero it's definitely teamwork being displayed by Pasay. San Juan, na nakita natin silang lumaban in the first two sets, but you know, there are a lot of challenges along the way pagpasok ng third set, and that really gave the Lady Voyagers the advantage in grabbing this match against San Juan.
Exactly. And of course, sabi ko nga here for San Juan, what they need to work out lang naman, they can cover. I mean, they have a very good floor defense. It's just they need to work on their connection. And the good thing is that nagsisimula pa lang yung liga natin, so there's still a lot of days and time for them to work out that specific thing. But here for Pasay, what a way to bounce back after that heartbreaking loss that they had experienced over dito sa Das Marinas Monarch.
That's correct, but of course it's, you know, really good game displayed here by the Lady Voyagers. Kaya naman sila ang nagwagi para sa laro na ito. 25-11 really showed supremacy in the third part or in the third set of the game. Our MVP and game highlights, ipapakita ko namin yan sa pagbabalik ng Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association.
Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
25-20, 25-18, 25-11. And the Pasay Lady Voyagers really exhibited, their power and definitely bouncing back from their previous game loss. Kaya naman ang ganda ng ipinakita nila. And this girl just keeps, stepping up when it mattered the most, leading her team on both ends of the floor. Kaya naman, she is proved to be one of the league's brightest stars, ang ating queen of the court, Jong.
Definitely, she's a breath of fresh air, Sheila, bringing so much enthusiasm and energy not only on her team Pasay, but I think here in this league. Of course, our queen of the court with 12 points, 10 on attacks, and 2 aces is none other than you have S. Lapore here. And right now, she's with our courtside reporter, Fiona Bacani.
Ayan, so kasama nga po natin ngayon ang ating Queen of the Court, none other than Yuri Eslapor. Itong si Yuri, matagal ko na itong nasusubaybayan from her days in UP. So Yuri, syempre marami ka rin pinagdaanan. You came from a UP team, nag-beach volleyball ka rin, at now first salang mo dito sa MPVA. So ano sa tingin mo yung mga learnings na natutunan mo na nadala mo dito?
Siguro yung pinanghugutan ko ng lakas is yung experience ko itself. Kasi ang dami kong natutunan from other people, especially na nanggaling ako sa UP. Long years of stay in UP and nag-beach volleyball din ako. And siguro yung attitude ko na palaban talaga kahit saan ako dalhin or anong position ko sa indoor. Ayun, yun yung pinanghugutan ko ng lakas.
Ngayon naman, Yuri, syempre, yung journey nyo dito sa MPVA, it hasn't been easy. Marami kayong baguhan sa team, pero napakaganda pa rin ang napapakita nyong performance. So sa mga oras na may mga challenges kayong pinagdadaanan, what keeps you motivated in difficult moments like that?
Okay. Sila ates naman, and especially me, really up to the challenge. And lagi lang namin sinusubukan yung mga sinasabi ng coaches kasi importante sa amin yung system lalo't na nagsa-start pa lang kami as a team. And of course, personally, I have goals din na kailangan kong tumulong sa mga ates. And yun yung gusto ko din mo-embody sa sarili ko na tutulong ako.
Ngayon naman, Yuri, meron ka bang gustong batiin ng mga nanonood sa'yo, especially live here at the Alonte Gym?
Unang-una, salamat po sa Philippine Air Force and Pasay. Gusto ko lang din po batiin ang Team Leon, kay Nanay Len, Tito Jade, and sa family ko na nasa Igpit. And sa mga kapatid ko, especially kay sister behind the camera, hello. And hi to my beach volleyball friends, and ayun.
Ayan, so thank you and congratulations once again to none other than Yuri Eslapor and the rest of the Pasay Lady Voyagers. So that's all from us over here. Back to you, Jong and Sheila.
Thank you, Fiona, and once again, congratulations to Yuri Eslapor and the rest of the Pasay Lady Voyagers for an excellent performance for this afternoon, Jong.
Exactly. And that's really how you want to bounce back. Sabi ko nga, itong Pasay, they've started this match in a very high note. And right now, they're bouncing back again with another win contra Sanjuan.
That's right. And here are your Smart's powered up plays brought to you by Smart Only 5G. Only 85 pesos for 3 days. Download the Smart app and load now. Balikan nga natin ang naging istorya ng laro na to, Jong. First set, nakita natin, ito talaga ito tumatak sa atin yung 4 service errors ng set na yon na definitely. Pero nakabawi naman sila. It was the Lady Voyagers slowly but surely, taking, dominance when it comes to their offense and defense.
And set 1 pa lang, kita natin dito ang ating Queen of the Court, really very intentional. during the first set. And nadala yun. Sheila, during the second set, they are really very intentional. And Puson's banking on not only on the middle blockers, but to all of her attackers. And dito naman for San Juan, Sheila, even the first set and the second set, they're really very good in coverage. And I think, again, sabi ko nga, what's lacking with San Juan is the connection that they have to build till throughout the tournament.
Well, ang gusto ko rin dito sa Pasay kasi kahit sinong ipasok dito ni
Yeah.
Coach Koya Abanto, talaga namang nagko-contribute. And they've played with no pressure at all, which was the opposite of what we saw in San Juan Lady Knights. Kulang na nga sila. And then, they keep on committing errors on the floor on both ends, defense and offense. Kaya naman mas lalo silang nahirapan, mas lalo silang naging challenge. At nadala yon ng San Juan on the third set. Although at the first part, simula ng set number 3, Jong, nakapapuntos sila ng sunod-sunod
Yeah.
na akala natin na that's going to be the start na makakabawi itong San Juan. But itong Pasay, bigla na namang ulit umarangkada.
And of course, Sheila, there's really nothing to be ashamed of if you're San Juan. We're still starting. It's the early part of the round 1. There's really a lot of games to make up. The important thing is how San Juan could actually translate all the lessons that they have learned here in this match in their next games.
That's correct. Pero makikita nga natin yan sa kanilang mga susunod pang laro. So we really commend Pasay and the setting skills of Venice Puson, the lady really taking charge in that last match. And again, 25-20, 25-18, 25-11. Yan po ang naging score ng ating unang laro sa pagitan ng Pasay Lady Voyagers at San Juan Lady Knights. And when it comes to the numbers, you can see the total dominance of girls in pink when it comes to the attacks. Actually, in all departments, Jong.
But I mean, Pasay here really showing so much dominance in mastery. Well, imagine there is 20 more points dito on attacks, 30-18, despite here Pasay giving away more free points on errors dito sa San Juan, but still they fail to capitalize San Juan here sa mga free points na bigay ng Pasay. And I think, sabi ko nga, this 18 attacks only coming from San Juan, I think you cannot question the skills, but you question the connection because no question makakapatay at makakapatay mga attackers. But I think it is just the connection of the setter over to her attackers.
Well, it was the Lady Voyagers becoming more fluid. Yung messages nila, they are well communicated when it comes on the floor at nakita natin yan kasi kahit sino nga maging attacker dito ni Venice Puson, nakakapuntos, nakakapag-adjust siya kaya ang ganda ng kanilang mga naging galaw. At syempre hindi pa tapos ang ating Volleyball Monday para sa inyo mga volleyball fans dahil we still have our match number 2 and that is Negros Immaculada Mega Wild Blue Hawks going up against Dasmariñas City Monarchs for our second day. Dito pa rin yan sa 2025 Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Live po tayo dito sa Alonte Gym, Binyan, Laguna.